November 23rd, 2012, a 45-year-old white gun collector and software engineer named Michael Dunn in Jacksonville, Florida, fired at least 8 shots into a car full of teenagers after admonishing them about the volume of their music. The shots hit and killed one of the 4 boys in the car, 17-year-old Jordan Davis, an African-American boy. Dunn reportedly said, "I hate that thug music," and quote unquote, when he drove up alongside the car that Davis and his friends sat in. He justified his actions, saying that he felt threatened when one of the car's occupants brandished a shotgun, but police found no weapons in Davis's car or in the surrounding area. The case shared many similarities with the shooting of Trayvon Martin. Eventually, Dunn was convicted last October of first-degree murder and is now serving a life sentence. Capturing the story of what happened is my guest, filmmaker Marc Silver. His documentary is called 3.5 Minutes, 10 Bullets. The film premiered at the Sundance Film Festival this year and won the U.S. Documentary Special Jury Award for Social Impact. Marc Silver is best known for his 2014 documentary, Who is Diane Cristal? And he now joins me in studio. Welcome to Uprising, Marc.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us. And I should mention the film has been bought by HBO, where it will be showing later in the year, but it's also opening up in theaters. Before we get to that, why first was this story so important for you to tell? This particular story that comes at a time of heightened interest in issues of racial justice. Perhaps this new wave begun with the Trayvon Martin killing, although this story didn't get as much attention as Trayvon Martin's story.
Yeah, we first met Jordan's family a couple of weeks before the George Zimmerman verdict. And at the beginning, we were very interested in forensically looking at what happened during this 3.5 minutes where the 2 cars were next to each other. And at that point, we were looking at racial profiling, access to guns, and then laws that give people the confidence to actually use those guns. And then as the film evolved and we were editing the film, then Ferguson happened and all these other cases exploded. And at that point, we realised what happened in that 3.5 minutes was not just about the 3.5 minutes of Jordan Davis, the last 3.5 minutes of Jordan Davis's life, but were metaphorically important because they were also the 1.5 seconds that it took to kill Tamir Rice, or the 4 hours that Michael Brown lay on the floor in Ferguson. And that's when we realised the DNA of what happened to Jordan Davis in terms of why would a white man fear 4 black men was prevalent throughout all these other cases.